Hello summoners and welcome to League Commentary. I am your host, SeiferKatt, and today we are following Tacoforhire. I must admit, sometimes I've wanted to hire a taco, but the problem is they always make you pay the deposit, because you never return it. So, in this game we have Mmmmm on Severe, Blue Darkness on Rise, Cadoodle on Pantheon, King Pikmin on Vi, and Get It's on Jana. We have Wasteland playing Fizz, Tacoforhire as we mentioned before on Lee Sin, Cup Ramen on Cho'Gath, Vitality 9 on Tristana, and Veloci on Sona. Now we've got a couple of food-based ones in Purple Team, so I'm not quite sure what's going to go on there. But Blue seems to be trying to invade, but Tacoforhire sees them immediately and goes straight on Rise. However, Vi was behind Rise, and Lee Sin thinks maybe here's a good time to leave. But now all of Blue Team is waiting around there. This is a very dangerous moment for Blue Team, and Purple Team knows it. Tacoforhire is not quite sure where to go from here. He's going to go take Blue. He's not going to fight for his red. In fact, no, they're all going for a red invade. It's been called. And Blue backs off. Now, if Blue goes for their red now, that would be very interesting. But no, Rise and Vi are just staying there. See, now if Purple Team was around there, they could probably make the reverse. But now everyone's run away. They're not quite sure they want to be there anymore. So you got Pantheon rotating to top. And now it's actually a really good steal on the side of Purple Team, because now Purple Team's stealing and Blue Team isn't. So I'm not quite sure what the intent was there, but it's really quite interesting. Sivers wandering around, wondering what's going on. Tacoforhire sees her, but just avoids that blade. And there's a ward down. Another ward. So the first one was the Explorer ward. I believe that was the Explorer ward. No, it was a green ward as well. And now Purple Team is full on stealing the red buff. That's a very good idea. Steal that buff. They don't need it. Oh, but Lee Sin's brought very low. Can he escape? No, he cannot. So that invade's gone very badly. And the red buff was taken by Sona. Probably the worst one to have that red buff, but hey, at least Purple Team got it. And now Vi is going to go for Purple Team's red buff because, hey, the jungler's not down anymore, but the smite is down. Oh, Tacoforhire smote a little early. But in fact, it's probably for the best that way. At least Purple Team got some gain out of that. Meanwhile, Cho'Gath versus Pantheon, they're just fighting. In fact, Cho'Gath brought very low by that spear. He's probably going to be played very cautiously here. And bot lane has also returned to normal. Meanwhile, Fizz and Rise just does a little bit of damage. But Pantheon is throwing those spears at Cho'Gath whenever possible, which really hurts. As a Cho'Gath player, that always is disappointing. And a nice whirlwind from Jana there. Fizz is being pushed back to his tower. Rise seems to be doing a very good way of pushing him back. And Cho'Gath is all out of mana, whereas Pantheon, he's not. Pantheon's going to win these exchanges with Cho'Gath having no mana. I do like that red buff's going on Sivir periodically because of Sona's... Oh. Cho'Gath just gets a bit of damage out and uses the last of his mana, but that's all he's got time for today. Bit of action going down at bot lane, but nothing really happening of note. Meanwhile, Fizz is being pushed back to his turret. That is very not good for him. I mean, Fizz already has a problem farming, and Rise has done that just perfectly, keeping him back, keeping away from the experience, and keeping him scared. So Rise is doing very well against Fizz. I mean, triple his farm, almost. But I mean, it's 11 to 4, so it's not really a big deal of tripling his farm at this point. Rise gets dived on, but Fizz is low health and ignited and dies anyway. Meanwhile, Vi comes into the bottom lane, tries to punch Sona, does get one punch off on Sona, putting the red buff on her, but not a lot happening after that, and Vi just leaves. Cho'Gath and Pantheon, however, they're doing a bit of a fight there. Somehow Cho'Gath has max mana, maybe because each kill of Cho'Gath does give him extra mana. And Vi goes in and, checks Blue, doesn't see Blue there, and then she just goes to go get her own wraiths. So Fizz is coming back after the second kill of the game. And they're going to make something happen, I think. No, he's coming around the side. While I think Fizz is very scary, I think Rise can probably handle it. And Cho'Gath is pushing very hard on top lane, but he's just going to push the tower and leave it at that. And then he's going to back. What's he got enough money to buy? He's got 800 gold. Maybe some boots. Some boots are always good. A little bit of poke coming from Sona. And again, Fizz is pushed right to his tower. Rise is level 5, whereas Fizz is only an adorable level 3. Free tower hit for Rise. Rise doesn't care. Rise is a boss that way. You know, he's president of the United States. Oh, this is going to be a kill on Cho'Gath with Vi there as well. That just makes it certain. Cho'Gath is trying to run. Is he trying to run? He can't run from this. You got to fight. And he uses his flash. Well, yes. The way he probably could have escaped that is if he had... No, I was thinking if he used teleport, but that would not have helped because Pantheon would have just jumped him, stunned him, and a teleport would have been wasted. So at the moment, Purple Team is not looking good, but as we all know, I mean, that can change very, very quickly. I mean, if Bot gets a triple kill, that'll change everything instantly. Nice little ward going up from Sona there, just protecting there, making sure that no Lee Sins come in. In fact, I'm not sure I've seen Lee Sin go in anywhere. I don't think I've seen a Lee Sin gank yet. So at the moment, Vi is sort of leading all the ganks, even though nothing's really happened with those ganks. I mean, she's got no assists, but that last one did scare Cho'Gath enough to make a mistake. So, you know, that's what you want to do. And Fizz is going to go top. He's going to see if he can turn the Cho'Gath situation around. But with Pantheon backing and not realizing it, oh, Fizz, your time has been wasted. Now he's waiting for the gank. He's coming around. No, he's not coming around the side. Yeah, that was completely wasted time. Then again, he couldn't really farm against Rise. So, you know what? I'm going to give you that one to you, Fizz. It wasn't the worst idea. Okay. Rise realizes that Fizz is missing. There's a very bad ward there. Fizz goes in, gets a bit of damage done, jumps away on his pole, and just runs back to his tower. Meanwhile, Cho'Gath comes back in bot. He's waiting for the opportune time. Here he comes. Is that going to be the kill? Pantheon jumps in. The man drop. And that's Fizz and Rise down. Will Cho'Gath get out of there? It's going to be very close. Lee Sin is going to protect him. That was actually a really good protect. I like that protect. I don't know if it would have killed him, but I always err on the side of caution. If you think it might kill them, you probably need to protect them. SeiferKatt, I believe that ability is called out of curiosity. No, it's not. Oh, that's called SeiferKatt. Yes! Vindication. And the supports are attacking each other's wards, but this might end very bad for Sona. No, it won't. So both pink wards are destroyed by the supports. That is what a support war looks like right there, guys. Two supports throwing down pink wards, destroying the other one's wards, and flipping off the other support with the other hand. So one hand is used for destroying wards, just punching or casting or hitting with a hammer in the case of Tarek. The other one is just flipping off the other support, going, you don't need this ward. This ward belongs here. Your ward is shit. That's support wars for you, though. I mean, supports, you know, they always seem to be like the nice guys, you know, well, except Thresh, I suppose. Thresh isn't a nice support at all. But every other support I can think of right now, off the top of my head, are genuinely nice people. You know, Blitzcrank, I mean, he's a robot. He doesn't have morality. And blue team has pushed their tower on bot lane, and Cho'Gath looks like he's going to see if he can get some serious tower damage. Pantheon's going to take blue from Rise? No, he's not going to take blue from Rise. In fact, I don't know what he was doing. He stayed there for ages and then didn't even get blue. So, blue is now up to anyone. And oh, there is Vi. I was like, where is Vi? Looking directly at her. And Pantheon, Lee Sin takes the blue. Probably could be more useful on Fizz. By the way, just for the record, this is a mid-leveling silver game. So this is actually a ranked game, so there's a couple of duo queuers. I think it's Mitten Natch and Get It On, and Wasteland and Veloci. But that doesn't really change anything. Because none of them... Oh, actually, no, Mitten Nash and Get It On are in the same lane. Rise is brought very low. Cho'Gath misses ever so slightly, and that miss is going to cost him a kill. That is disappointing for him. Hopefully Purple Team is taking that one in stride. And here comes Pantheon. Pantheon's going to see if he can do work. That purple outline keeps making me think that Pantheon's on Purple Team. But no. They don't quite get the kill. How often does that man drop even come up? Because that's come up like twice now. And that's... Oh. A little bit of damage to Fizz, but Fizz just jumps away on his pole. every 135 seconds, every couple of minutes, he's going to be Grand Skyfalling, which... Seifer and Janna are just pushing back bot lane. They want to get some tower damage done, maybe. Maybe they're just wanting to go back. I mean, it's been a while since they backed, I believe. It has been... Yeah, I mean, Seifer's holding 1,000 gold. Meanwhile, while blue team's holding on to a lot of gold, purple team is not. Purple team doesn't get a chance because purple team has to go back a lot because deaths are happening. Although Ryze is going back now. Blue team's Ryze is going to go back, and he's going to go pick up probably some mana. It's all ever Ryze picks up. No, we picked up a blasting wad. Great. Really happy with that. A blasting wad. That is just fantastic. I'm very happy that it's a blasting wad. Seifer is taking a bit of damage from Sona, but she puts up her shield. Oh, that's Janna's shield, sorry. And here comes Fizz going the bot gank. Trying to make things happen. They're a little bit far back, but does Fizz want to go for it anyway? Fizz looks like he wants to go for it anyway. There's a tower dive. It's a very reckless tower dive, one that Fizz is going to survive because he has his pole to jump away on. And Janna also survives, but she is forced to back. Brought a little bit low. Meanwhile, Ryze is coming down as well. Can Ryze get some shit done? I believe he can. All he needs to do is get the perfect hit. But he's shot at by Tristana. Doesn't do a lot of damage, that shot. Actually, it does a couple hundred damage. Okay, I guess that shot was alright. But now that I think about it, I still have not seen a single gank from Lee Sin. So Lee Sin may want to be looking at that very soon. But I mean, he was brought behind it. I mean, he's covering lanes very well, I'll give him that. But, you know, he needs to be in the action. Because at the moment, Vi is, you know, winning in the attempts of ganks. You know, she's gotten one gank working so far, but everything else has sort of been lackluster. But I mean, you can get the ganks on, like even if they fail, as long as you don't die for them. Oh well. Even if they fail, at least you still tried. I think that's a big important factor to remember. Okay, Lee Sin is now gone, and Vi is just going to go and kill his wolves, which aren't there. Vi sort of walks back. No, they are there. They just came back. Vi sort of walks in and goes, there's no wolves. Oh. Then she does a double take, and then she does a triple take, which is actually the wolves appearing. So, a lot of confusion down there with Vi. She's taken the big wolf, and then she's going to leave it at that. And she's gone back in the shadows. Fizz probably saw those wolves running back. And Lee Sin is covering top lane. Yes, I think... oh, someone's teleporting in. Who could be teleporting in? Is it Cho'Gath? It is Cho'Gath! Oh, okay, so Fizz is brought down. Cho'Gath is... I'm really scared for Cho'Gath. If Vi comes around, you know, you may have a bit of a problem. And in fact, I think they're expecting Vi to come around. There was a blind rupture there. Cho'Gath brought very low. He's got the ignite on him. Sona's coming up from behind, but I don't think it's going to be enough. In fact, now Sona is in a very dangerous place, but Lee Sin backing her up will probably make her okay. A lot of damage coming from Ryze. And now Vi and Ryze are in a very bad spot with Tristana behind them. But now Seifer's entered the fray, as has Janna. Good an ult from Janna keeps them back. Ryze puts a lot of damage out. Sona's brought low. Can Ryze survive this? Ryze can. Oh, no, he can't. Never mind. But Tristana can't either. Which is what really matters. And blue team is chasing after Lee Sin. If that tornado hits him, it does not. You're okay. So that was a 3-for-1 exchange. 4-for-1 exchange, really, I suppose. For blue team, and that is not what purple team needed right now. Fizz is going to see if he can make something happen, but he's not. That was an exciting time. Very exciting, in fact. Tacoforhire is going in on Golem. I don't think Fizz really wants it. Fizz is just walking off. I would have thought he'd want the cooldown reduction in the mana, but clearly not. Tacoforhire's experience is the highest in purple team, which is, I don't know, a little bit odd for the jungler, I've always found. If the jungler doesn't get the ganks, I always find them like 4th in position of levels. Oh, here comes Lee Sin. He's trying to get a gank off, but Tristana not around. He's going to go in alone. This may be a very bad idea for Tacoforhire. Sona is not having anything to do with it, and in fact, this... Oh, he's going to be close. He's going to survive with a sliver of health. But now Tristana's turn. They're having one-on-one turns. But Vi is not going to let that happen, and Vi is going to come in. Vi's ult is not up yet, but it will be up very soon. Probably not soon enough for this gank. And Sona is brought low. Sona is brought very low, in fact, but she's going to survive. Sona's just slowly healing up and everything's fine over there. Rise takes out purple team's turret. Rise is now... Blue team is now, rather, 1 tower ahead and also 4k gold. So blue team is doing well so far, but we're only at the 15-minute mark. Anything can change from here. Oh, fish misses completely and the shark just jumps out in the brush like, "Hey guys, there's nothing to eat over here. What were you thinking?" Rise does a lot of damage right now, especially against Fizz. He has no protection or health, so, you know, but Fizz as an assassin doesn't usually need it. And Rise doesn't really care. Top tower on purple team is brought very low and someone's calling for assistance. Blue team, probably Vi, is calling for assistance at Dragon, and purple team is getting some damage done to tower. Rise is more than happy to offer that assistance, and Janna is trying to protect that tower on her own. And seems to be doing alright at it. Okay, Vi is getting shit done. Purple team can see them completely because of the wards. If Rise gets his stun off, that's going to be very bad for Tristana. Oh, but Vi backs off at the exact wrong moment, and unfortunately nothing comes away from it. Well, that's solo queue for you guys. That is solo queue. Okay, and Lee Sin is taking his red buff. That's all you really need to say about that. And blue team is pinging Dragon. They're wanting Dragon, and that's probably a good time to get it. You got 3 people down there. Purple team only has 2. They've got it warded a little bit, so purple team knows that a whole bunch of people are going up there. Sona is hurt, apparently. So we're told. And blue team gets a Dragon, which puts them another 1k ahead. Pantheon is going to destroy that tower before Cho'Gath can even get there, but Cho'Gath is going to try anyway. Meanwhile, bot lane, a bit of damage. But Pantheon gets that tower. Which is good times. Unfortunately for purple team, every lane is going badly, except maybe bot lane. Bot lane is doing okay, I suppose. Tristana is thrown up by a tornado, and Tristana's in the middle of it all. But Tristana gets away safely. Blue is concerned about Fizz coming down, but Fizz doesn't really have any damage. He doesn't have any AP items. He just hasn't been able to afford them. As his farm has been rather atrocious, unfortunately, and his kills have been dismal. So that's disappointing for Fizz and for all of Purple Team, because a well-fed Fizz is like a well-fed fish. It's huge and it scares your opponents when you throw it at their face. And it's even worse when the fish throws itself at your face. Fizz is jumping in to try and do some damage to Sivir, but he is brought way too low, way too quickly. Purple Team has a lot of jumping characters when I think about it. Sona's taking a lot of damage. That flash was ill-advised at best. Sona's brought very low, but Tristana is now in the mix. Tristana is now the main target. Cho'Gath is coming in after a teleport, but that Rupture is going to miss. Now blue team is... Oh, the fish from Wasteland misses completely again. But there's going to be a tower dive at bot tower. Only Sona down on the purple team. So far, good. But if that Vi hits Fizz, it's going to be very bad. In fact, with that dunk, it's going to be assured. 2 for 2. And Fizz is brought even lower. Meanwhile, Vi does not want to give up on Cho'Gath. Even though he has more health, Vi is not done. Vi figures, I got this, bro. I totes got this. And she totes kinda did. She pushed Cho'Gath out of the jungle, which is what really matters. And Rise is coming down, maybe to fight Cho'Gath, maybe to take the Wraiths. Oh, Rise is after the Wraiths. Oh, look at that. Typical mid laner, always after those Wraiths. And another tower went down on top. This is not looking good for Purple Team. We could be looking at 20-minute surrender. As usual, I hope not. Tristana gets some damage onto Kaoodle, the Pantheon, but Pantheon is going to drop down to where Rise is, and he does successfully. Tristana no longer had any ways of stopping that because she'd already used her ult to get some damage on. That was quite good. I like that from blue team. Unfortunately, Pantheon's going to go down, and I imagine Rise is going to go down soon after. No. Here comes Vi. Oh, and Cho'Gath is brought very low. Sona, the only one who can really protect her. They're not after Cho'Gath anymore. They're going to kill Sona. In comes Lee Sin. The feast goes out on Rise. And Vi is just leaving. And another purple team tower goes down at bot. There's now 4 towers to 0 and a kind of scary 8k gold. I was going to say 7, but then I realized the decimal points are real good. And Vi is just running from that Lee Sin, using insect mechanics right there. Vi is clearly a master of the jungle because of those sweet insect mechanics. Sorry, it's insect, not insect, I think. I don't know. Tristana was trying to protect the tower, but Seifer doesn't care what she's trying to do and kills her anyway. The feeding time from Fizz will kill Seifer. Of course, it's not called feeding time, it's called Chum the Waters. But hey, who cares what it's called? A giant shark comes out and eats her alive. And honestly, that's all I want to see in my daily life. A shark coming out and eating a bandit queen alive. I don't get to see it often, but when I do, I am pleased. That's pretty much the highlight of my day if I get to see a bandit queen being eaten by a shark. Alright, and Vi and Janna are back. Was Vi doing a dance? No. It must have just been no idle animation. Oh, Pantheon wants to kill Lee Sin. Oh, but Lee Sin turns that one around just with a couple of 100 health left. It was very close, but you know, he did have the advantage of the brush. And Pantheon. No, that's Cho'Gath and Fizz, also known as Cho'Iz or Fizzgath. Fizzgath is a good name. Oh, but Vi is waiting for the steal. Vi does have his smite ready and she's going to steal it. No, she's not. Because, hey look, Cho'Gath also has a type of smite and that's called Feast. And that is the best smite of all. Now Cho'Gath and Vi, rather, they're just going to fight a little bit, but they do not want to. Blue team is making an aggressive play up into purple team's jungle. There's a rupture by Cho'Gath. Janna is brought very low. Janna will not get away, nor will Lee Sin. Yep, no. Vi is making sure Lee Sin does get away. Sona is brought very low. Sona is down. Now Seifer and Vi turn their attention. Vi uses the ult to hit Cho'Gath very low, and that is it. That is a good kill, but however, Mitnatch will die to the tower. Now, Tristana's going to go for the double kill. Will she get it? Here comes the man drop. She doesn't. That's why you should never really go for that double kill. 2v1, you're going to be stunned down. It's dangerous. I mean, was it worth it? Maybe it could have been. The blue team does get an ace, so perhaps that means not really. And blue team doesn't really do much after that. I mean, all their lanes are kind of pushed back. And they were missing a few people themselves. I mean, I think only Pantheon and Vi were the ones left alive. So, and Vi was a little bit scared of being low health. So, fair enough. So, she should be. Just some farming going on from Fizz. I mean, he really needs it. But he's just auto-attack farming, which is not the way he perhaps wants to farm. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's trying to push the lane. I'm not quite sure. I imagine he is trying to push the lane, because that's the only reason you auto-attack minions when they're at high health. And his little dot is doing enough damage, but Rise is trying to finish on Cho'Gath. He may even get it. Cho'Gath is trying to escape from the blue man. He's not even blue this time. Oh, who is faster? Speed of 1. Okay, so Rise was 10 speed faster. Unfortunately, not fast enough for Lee Sin to stop him. Well, unfortunately not fast enough to escape Lee Sin. The Ignite brings Cho'Gath very low, but Cho'Gath is just fine. He's having a good day. He's feasting on everything. And now we've got a bit of an altercation happening in mid tower. The blue team is just backing off from there. Actually, with that boomerang blade, Seifer isn't so sure if she wants to back off. She's very eager about that. Seifer also has ulted, so everyone's attack speed and move speed is slightly faster. And Sona is brought to about 300 health. It's very easy for her to die here. But she's 400 health now. Okay, so she's regaining her health, as you do. But blue team is still staying on the aggression here. Is everyone on purple team here? Yeah, everyone on purple team is at mid. Meanwhile, blue team is missing Pantheon and Rise now. I believe Rise just went back. And so purple team pushes back quite well. Vi just stands there, Rupture. She doesn't really care. She just wanted to go for a ride. And a ride she went for indeed. So blue team is now pushing back. Rise is now back in the mix. And Pantheon is not far behind him. This has become a all random, all mid situation, except not random, but it's just become an all mid situation. Lee Sin is brought very low due to the stun of Pantheon, and Vi is brought down. Meanwhile, Pantheon has only got like 100 health. Fizz is going to finish that one. No, Tristana does. Janna is brought very low as well. There's a lot of bringing low, and Janna is down because of Lee Sin's punch to the face. So what happens when you punch the wind in the face? It just hates it. And Purple Team did well in that fight. This is where I start to think Purple Team may have a chance here. Of course, I'm not saying Purple Team never had a chance. I want to make that clear. Always think positive. As Lux says, I never think about losing. Except for when they're attacking our Nexus, in which case I think about losing a little bit. But Lux isn't even in this game, so there's no reason to bring up Lux aside from the fact that she's the best. And Sona is killed by Ryze. Just out of nowhere. In fact, I think Tristana was killed recently as well, and I didn't point that out. I may have pointed that out, who knows? I don't remember anything that happens in these games. And there's a huge wave of blue minions pushing top. There's even 2 siege minions in there. But Cho'Gath will not let that happen. Cho'Gath is quite happy to stop that with... Cho'Gath has a lot of ways of pushing down minions. I mean, look, there go all the minions. You know, that was like 6 waves of minions right there. Maybe 4. 6 to 4 waves of minions, and Cho'Gath wasn't having any of it. And then he backs off quite happily. Good on you, Cho'Gath. You did well. You saved the tower and saved Christmas. And I think that's the important thing to recognize, that you saved Christmas. Vi and Pantheon are pushing deep into Purple's jungle. Pantheon is alone, but Vi doesn't particularly care. Pantheon just wants to push the lane a little bit more, just to keep the pressure up on Purple Team. And Ryze is also going to push bot lane. There's a bit of split pushing going on. That's always good. Oh, but there's a fight between blue and purple on top. It's 2v4 at the moment, but you do have Seifer and Cho'Gath coming in. But they're distracted by each other. They're just going to fight down there. Blue team is pushed back, but not everyone. Pantheon is going back the long way. Now Seifer, Vi, and Janna are seeing what they can do against 4 people. Bit of punching. Yep, Vi will do that. Vi will do a bit of punching, is what she does best. But meanwhile, no one's paying attention to Ryze except Cho'Gath, so I guess someone is. But it's too late, Cho'Gath. The tower's already gone. It has another 1,000 gold for blue team. Oh, Sona, very low, but Sona's going to get away with a nice placed ult from Tristana. But no, Vi wants that one, and King Pikmin takes the kill. I wasn't aware Pikmin had kings now that I think about it, but I guess there's been a monarchy in that world for a while. And there goes Lee Sin. Go on, Purple Team. I want you to do this. Ryze kills Fizz again. And yeah, that was always going to happen. Although, I mean, Cho'Gath was brought very low by Ryze. If that fight had lasted a little bit longer, I think Ryze probably could have taken Cho'Gath as well. But I don't think Ryze can complain. I mean, Ryze's items are very good, and he's just bought another one, the Fiendish Codex. I love the Fiendish Codex. I find it's one of the best items in the game for an AP, giving you extra damage and extra cooldown reduction. I have a bad habit, though, of going over 40% cooldown reduction, which of course means cooldown reduction caps at 40, and I tend to get to about 60. So I don't get any gain for that, just because I like all the items that have cooldown reduction. They're just really good items. So I'm not sure what Cho'Gath is building right now. He's got his Frozen Heart and his Rod of the Ages, but now I have no idea. Is he going a giant spell? No, he's got a giant spell, clearly, but... what else? So you've got a lot of completed items on blue team, of course, with the extra 10k gold they have as a team. So that's really just one completed item each that they've got. And glancing at it, yeah, it's about that. Pantheon goes in on Lee Sin. A lot of damage to Lee Sin. Will he make it out? He will make it out with the sweet safeguard to Sona. Cho'Gath tries to support. Pantheon will have none of that. Pantheon is going to kill Lee Sin. It doesn't even give a shit. And Chum the Waters goes down. Pantheon's thrown up in the air and immediately killed. Janna takes some tower hits to try and save the rest of her team. Vi goes in, punches Tristana in her stupid yordle head. And Ryze is not done. Ryze wants the kills. But of course, Ryze running in like that does mean that blue team is able to get some damage to the tower. So he's running interference. He's not going to live it, but no, now all of blue team is running in. I thought there was a really good interference, but no, apparently Ryze wasn't going with the strategy. He was just being silly. And Vi is brought low for standing still too long. Fizz makes it out with next to no health. But blue team does take the tower, but they do not take the inhibitor. And I do not think they will be taking the inhibitor this push. Although Seifer is being very aggressive, Seifer wants another kill. In fact, with Janna and Cho'Gath brought low, probably not happening. Meanwhile, blue team gets their purple team gets their first tower of the game with minions pushing at bot lane. And let's see if they get some more. I mean, they only need another 1, 2, 3, 4. They only need another 4 towers. That's all they need to win. But at this stage, it is looking rather bad for purple team. But I don't want to give up on them. I believe in you guys. You're only 10k gold behind. 25% or so. Yeah, they're screwed. But Dragon is now back, and blue team can probably take that at their leisure. And with a purple ward there, a pink ward rather, they probably can. But Seifer wants that farm. She's going to get that farm. If Seifer wants the farm, Seifer's got to have it. And Rise, he's not going to take any of it. Good guy Rise, letting the AD carry take the farm. I mean, it's probably best that the AD carry takes the farm because AD carry scales so much better with gold than an AP carry. Not that an AP carry doesn't scale well with gold. Vi stands close to the tower but realizes she's not going to protect it and sort of walks backwards and forwards. And now, purple team gets another tower. That was very good. Vi just didn't want to fight for that. And I can respect it for that. That was probably going to be a death for no reason. But then again, maybe her team could have arrived in time to actually stop that tower from falling. But either way, that's not what happened. That's what really matters. And purple team is now striding along with the force of a coward who is not wanting to fight against blue team because blue team is so far ahead. And Vi just punches that ward. You know, when Vi punches a ward, she doesn't even save one hand for flipping off the enemy support. She just flips off the enemy support while punching it. Her fists are basically just... She's not really making a proper fist. She's just punching it with her hand that's flipping the bird. But that's Vi for you. She's a rebel and she doesn't really give a shit. She doesn't care about rules. She doesn't care about authority. She just punches wards whatever way she feels like it because she's got like crazy armored power hands. Crazy Armored Power Hands should be the name of my band. I can't play music, I want to make that clear, but if I could play music, Crazy Powered I've already forgotten it. But thankfully I'm recording this, so I'll remember it, and then that'll be the name of my band. I imagine it'll just be a chiptunes band, because I like chiptunes. Vi was thinking about charging in, but no, she changed her mind on that, and instead, blue team's going to collapse on Tristana. There's a flash goes out by Rise, but Sona throws out her ult. And here comes Pantheon. Pantheon's going to get a lot of work done. There is Tacoforhire going to go down. Yes, he is. Cho'Gath is still at half health. Blue team is still... Blue team's actually turns one around. I was about to say blue team is... Oh wait, no, blue team always had control in that fight. Never mind. And that could... No, that won't be it because the minions aren't pushed to the Nexus. But if the minions were pushed better... that would probably be a win there. In fact, they're going to get a tower and an inhibitor, maybe even 2 inhibitors at this stage. This is bad. This is really bad. Purple team's got a... If Tristana can get a pentakill here, that'll change everything. Well, she can't get a triple pentakill because Vi's all the way down there. So blue team is then going to rotate and get the other inhibitor. They're not going to try and get another tower because you've got more coming up soon. Rise and Seifer decide that Tristana doesn't deserve to live because she is a filthy yordle, as the general says. Yordles are filthy creatures. And now Pantheon and Rise want to see if they can do something with top tower. Meanwhile, the other guys run interference, make sure that they don't want to fight it because they're worried more about their Nexus towers. And by the time that they get there, Pantheon takes a lot of damage from the tower and then just backs off, allowing Rise to take the hits, but not really any way to do the damage to the tower. Purple team is in a state of confusion. They're not quite sure if they should go in or not. They really can't afford to. But Vi decides she does want to go in because she's Vi. Of course, she wants to go in. And there goes Rise. Yeah, there goes Rise. Sona's brought very low. You do not want to charge Sona, but it doesn't matter. Sona's down anyway. At some point, Fizz went down. We didn't even pay attention to that. And Seifer's brought very low, but she is not actually too low because she doesn't have a lot of health gain. Janna's down by Cho'Gath. And that Seifer, the amount of damage she puts out with that Bloodthirster and Last Whisper is just way too much. She's healing far more than she really should. Guardian Angel is popped. Here comes Pantheon trying to save his good buddy Seifer. Gets the stun off on Lee Sin. Very low. Lee Sin wants this kill, but Lee Sin is not going to get it because Seifer turns around and kills her in the face. Vi was thinking about doing some tower damage, but it's not happening simply because, Tristan is not letting that happen. So we've got 3 members of blue team up, Seifer is backing off, and only 1 member of purple team, which is an adorable yet filthy Yordle. Adorable and filthy, sounds like my ex. Moving on! I don't feel good about that one. I really don't. So purple team has a ward in their own base that tells you how, In fact, I don't know what that tells you, because they have vision of their whole base all the time, don't they? Maybe? I may have that one wrong. What is the key to that? F2, okay. In fact, no. I thought you always had vision of your own base, but clearly you don't. So, yeah, okay. Fair enough. That shows why I'm Silver League and not, triple platinum gold challenger. Which is, of course, the league I deserve if only these low elo scrubs didn't keep me down because of all these feeders and noobs. I joke, of course. My teammates do not let me down. I let them down because I play in every one of my games. I'm on the side that there is no elo hell, only elo where you deserve to be in the first place. And blue team takes Baron. I'll explain the elo hell, no elo hell later if you really want it, but I'm sure by now everyone's gone over that exact phrase, and there's no reason to bring it up, but I'm exactly where I deserve to be. Because I am bad at this game, which is a thing that you should always say to yourself, even if you're really good, even if you're in, platinum tier, you're never really good at this game, I feel. Because there's always someone better than you, and there's always mistakes you make. If even you make one mistake, you're still bad at this game as far as I'm concerned. Because that's what everyone in the chat will say. Alright, and Cho'Gath is trying to stop 2 people, and actually he succeeds. Not because he actually succeeds, but because blue team is instead going to go down bot with all the super minions. Seifer is got the tower down, in fact the minions do, because the minions are stealing all the towers. Seifer ults, there goes Sona. Now all they need is the tower damage, a bit of tower damage going down. The super minions are too strong, a lot of kills happening, I'm not even really caring about that right now. Tristan is the only one left. No, Tristan and Cho'Gath the only ones left on purple team, but it does not matter. The Nexus is going to go down, meaning a win for blue team. So, congratulations to Mitten Natch, Blue Darkness, Kid Oodle, King Pikmin, and Get It On. That blue team was really ahead from the beginning, and they never really let that go. So, good job, blue team. And also thank you to Tacoforhire for adding me on League of Legends so that I could view this game. You too can have your game commentated if you add me on League of Legends. I am on SeiferKatt on the Oceanic server, or Australasian if you want to be saying that, even though it's wrong, or Rose Lucky on North America. Until next episode, take care and good luck in the lanes. See ya!